it's ended. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of Chaislyn19, the show where you get to spend 19 minutes with a 19-year-old during the COVID-19 pandemic. I've been seeing a lot of friendly faces join in. I wanted to say hi, Mr. Sean, and thank you. Thank you so much, Michaela. That song you just heard is one that I just had released, actually. So I'm super glad to be here with you guys on, let's see what it is. It is day 53 of quarantine. Now, since I started doing my quarantine account, I've realized that some people are counting differently. Some people, it's day 54 for them. Some it's day 52. Some people haven't been quarantining at all. And unless you're an essential worker, stay home. So that's going on. And it's been a crazy, wild ride. I've been doing some co-writes. I've been doing some live shows, reading a lot. And we're going to talk about all of that today. But the first thing I want to talk about is a super talented friend of mine. You may know her. You may have seen her around. This is my friend ASHTON Brooke GILL. So I actually met ASHTON through a crazy process. Some of you might already know I was on American Idol a few years back with a certain guy named Lane Hardy. And through him and through both being on the show, we ended up getting in touch and hanging out just a few weeks before quarantine started, and singing some songs together. And she's super talented. I've gotten to know her pretty well, and I absolutely adore her. And she just had a new single come out really recently called Hometown Girl. Is that not the best song you've ever heard? I got to hear it. She and I went live together towards the beginning of quarantine, and I got to hear it first without the whole band and production, and I already loved it, and I love it so much hearing the full production version. So be sure to go stream that. Follow ASHTON on her Instagram and Facebook, ASHTON Brooke GILL Music on both, and share that song as much as you want. And speaking of ASHTON, she was a part of a really awesome project I got to do just this past few weeks, and it released last night. Which is called Don't Stop Louisiana. I got a few of my friends from Louisiana who are songwriters to get together and put this project out, and I wanted to just promote a really positive message. And so the people in it, I wanted to give them a shout out on my show is Sailor Brasso, Tony Cobb, ASHTON Brooke GILL, Barry Abear, Corey Landry, Mr. Bill and Miss Vicky Nealand, Amelia Rylan, and Joe Sims. And they were so great about putting this together and sending me their videos. So be sure to watch it. You can find it on my channel and in the links of this video in the description. So be sure to check that out for sure. Now, you also know that if I do this show, I like to sing you a song or two. And today I have a special song for my first one of the show. I talked last week about my friend, oh, I'm blurry. Come back. Hi! About my friend Lauren Weintraub, and I played you a little bit of one of my favorite songs of hers, and she actually let me learn it and perform it out and gave me permission, and it's one of my favorite ones to do, and so I wanted to play you the song. It's called The Earth is Flat. So, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do like it, be sure to go listen to Lauren's version of this song. The weatherman is the only one who's talking in this house. Frozen dinners in different rooms. You've been sleeping on the couch, and it don't take an Einstein to know our love used up its flare gun a long, long time ago. But go on, honey, tell is flat. Well, you might bring me roses once or twice a year. The other 364 is like I ain't even here. We could keep on playing make-believe, 'cause ignorance is bliss, but ain't this misery? And go on, honey, tell me that this thing's still love, and heaven is below us, hell is up above. The sky is green, the grass is blue, a race car don't go fast. Oh, honey, you love me, and yeah, the earth is flat. We could keep on playing make-believe. Just ignore Columbus in 3rd grade geography. And go on, honey, tell me that this thing's still love, that heaven is below us, hell is up above. The sky is green, the grass is blue, a wedding dress is black. Oh, honey, you love me, keep on telling yourself that. Oh, honey, yeah, you love me, you're right. The earth is flat. I love that song so much. If you're just joining in towards the end of that, be sure to go check out that song. It's by my friend Lauren Weintraub. You can find her on my last episode of Chaislyn19. Hi, Mr. Johnny. I'm just seeing your comment. Thank you so much. The Don't Stop Louisiana video is very, very near and dear to my heart, and it's also very near and dear to somebody else's heart, and that is my mom. I had actually asked her to put in some of her information, but she's a little camera shy. She tends to stay behind the camera, behind the editing, but she is the one who put in the hours of work and research to make that video happen. I know there were a lot of obstacles since it's not our usual format of doing things, but she persevered, she powered through, she put countless hours into that, and so be sure to go watch that, the Don't Stop Louisiana video. You can find it in the description of this video. For sure, please go check that out. So I also had something else that I wanted to promote, which is the company I work for as a princess. Be Our Guest has been doing princess parades through neighborhoods all throughout Baton Rouge, Shenandoah, basically a lot of places. And so I think that's just a really awesome opportunity to spread joy and light for young girls. So if you know of anyone, if you have any nieces, nephews, daughters, friends with kids, anybody who would be interested in this, be sure to follow their Facebook page at Be Our Guest Royal Princess Parties. They will be updating their schedules and letting you know where they'll be. So definitely make it out to that. I've also been reading a lot, and I wanted to tell you guys about a few of the books I've been reading. I have read in the past 2 weeks 8 books. I'm on my 8th book in 2 weeks, which is a bit crazy, and I'm always taking book recommendations, so please, 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 if you've been reading a good book, please let me know about them. I read all the Selection series, which I didn't even know what it was about until I picked up one at a store and was like, go for it, I'll read it, which is really awesome. Right now I'm reading Kingdom Keepers, but this book on the, I have no idea what direction that is for you, right or left, the one called Love, Aubrey, is a very special book to me. I read that book for the first time in, oh my gosh, maybe 3rd grade, elementary school, and it is about a young girl who, in a devastating accident, loses her dad and her younger sister, and so it's just her and her mother left, and her mom ends up abandoning her. and leaving in the middle of the night and leaving this 9-year-old girl, I think she was 9, I haven't read it in a few years, but I need to go back to it, to raise herself, basically. And it's a pretty crazy story. It's heart-wrenching. It's really well written. But it inspired me to write a song, actually. I have a song called Raise Herself, which pulls inspiration from the book, but it is its own story, and I wanted to sing that for you guys. We have a lot of big plans for this song as far as music video and projects, but all of that is on hold until after quarantine ends. So this is my song called Raise Herself, and I really hope you guys like it. It's a bit of a story song, a little different than what I usually write, but I'm really proud of it, so. There's a house on the edge of town where no one would think to look. Inside, a little girl, age 9's trying to teach herself how to cook. Tippy toes on the counter, trying to reach the top shelf, doing things she shouldn't have to raise herself. Tucks the sheets around herself so tight and puts on a brave face to tell the monsters living under her bed they don't belong in this place. Little nightlight in the corner keeps the darkness away as she closes her eyes and tries to pray. Now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Thank you, Miss Mary. In that house on the edge of town, she pours herself a drink. That teenage girl is working 3 jobs, just trying to make ends meet, looking for some love to borrow to fill the emptiness inside. But it just seems to get worse the more she tries. She sees a book covered in dust that Grandma used to read, full of stories about a man who gave his life to set her free. Takes the Bible off the shelf, not quite sure what to say. So that night when she lays down, she tries to pray. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I pray the Lord my soul to take. In that house on the edge of town, she holds her little girl, ready for bed with the hair on her head and messy little curls. Looks her daughter in the eyes and sees an image of herself, and she promises that child won't have to raise herself. Tucks the sheets around her girl toe tight and sings a lullaby as her baby stares up at her with tired little eyes. In the glow of the nightlight, she kneels down every day and she teaches her baby girl how to pray. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Whew. Oh man, I was hoping I'd get to do that whole song. I timed it out well because that's a long song. And I apologize for holding in my giggles. It looks like my grandmother was liking the video and accidentally sent some mad faces. So apparently I've offended her. I hope that's not the case. But she cracked me up. I started seeing that and I just was like, oh no, don't laugh, don't laugh. It happened. I can only help myself so much. But yeah, that's my song called Raise Herself. Hopefully it'll be out sometime later this year. But I hope you guys enjoyed. It was kind of a fun experience for me to write that one. Different than anything I've ever done before, for sure. Especially speaking of a child who isn't able to provide for themselves and feed themselves, I want to talk about another thing kind of relating to that, which is the food bank, which I've been trying to promote as much as I can. I know everyone is really struggling right now. It's been a really hard time without work, and things are stressful and they're tight. And so I've been wanting to give back in any way I can, and I wanted to let you guys know of a way you can do that, and that is through the food bank, which for me, it is the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank. If you're somewhere else, be sure to look into your local food bank and see what they've got going on. For the Greater Baton Rouge one, you can donate $10, and that provides 30 meals for local families, as well as you can donate food, which they've been doing a food drive, which I think is so cool, through different neighborhoods where you can actually put food at the end of your driveway and they will come through and pick it up, or you can donate your time. So be sure, if you have time, if you feel so led, give back to your community and help in any way possible. One more little promo before my time runs out with you guys. I want to honor that. I've had a few shows where I went past, and that's not good. It's just I wanted to remind you that I did have a song come out in the middle of April called Dreams I Forgot About. It's available to stream. You may have heard it if you were waiting for the show during the 2-minute countdown. You might hear it again when I end the show. So be sure to stream it. There's also a music video, so you'll want to go check that out. Oh, me mama, I love you too, and I'm glad you like the song. And thank you, Mr. Johnny Cole. Oh, and hi to your wife. I hope I get to meet you someday soon. I've heard lots of great things about you. So it looks like my time is running out with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and honor your time. Don't forget that I do this show twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. right here on my Facebook page, Chaislyn Jane Music. I have had so much fun with you guys today, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye. I could cry and try to make you stay. I beg you on my knees, don't walk away. But if I have to force you to stay with me,